a Rotary member. So we got to think, well, we ask members to give of their time. You give of your time, you're here. We ask people to give dues. They want something in return. That's value. And a buddy of mine down in Kentucky, John Adams, says membership is gained and retained. Well, actually, he says membership is gained and retained. But when the value to the Rotarian is equal to or greater than the cost. Okay? That's just common economics, right? So many times you've heard people say this. I look around here, I see a lot of busy people. And you hear people say, well, I can't stay in Rotary, I can't join because I got too much going on at work. I got a lot going on at work. I have family, everybody. And the thing about it is, when my membership means more to me, it means enough to me that I make room for it, I'll stay in and I'll remain active as I have been. I got plenty of things to do, but I get satisfaction of things out of my Rotary membership, as do most of you. So we ask clubs to understand, what is your value? What is the club's value proposition? Your club is an amazingly well-rounded club. I know Bart and I could take 59 Dublin AMs and spread them throughout the district. We'd have a locked and loaded Rotary district. You do it locally, you do it internationally, you do it vocationally, you do club service and social events. I think this is one of the best clubs in the district, and you get it. Most clubs I talk to don't, so we ask clubs to do that. So I ask people, this may seem very basic, why did you join Rotary and why do you stay? Think back to the day you started or the day you're going to start. Why are you joining? What are you trying to get out of it? Most time we don't consider it. We know why people join Rotary. And we've taken a lot of surveys, and basically we find that new Rotarians join to network, for professional development, and for service with their peers. By the way, networking is not a wrong reason for joining Rotary. It is a hook that I think we need to take advantage of, because Rotary is a great networking opportunity, provides great networking opportunities. We should not be a networking organization only, but it is one of the things that we give members the opportunity to do in a safe environment. I will confess, I joined Rotary to network. If it hadn't been for networking, I would have never understood service. Don't look at me like I'm scum. I'm not the first lawyer who joined Rotary to network. The first lawyer, who knows who the first lawyer to join Rotary to network was? Paul. Mike Close. Even before Mike Close, and I know that will amaze you, Paul Harris started Rotary because he was new in town, he was lonely, and he had a law practice but no clients. So what came first? He was lonely. We call that club service, folks. Then he vocational service. He wanted a network. Then they built a public toilet in Chicago. First Rotary project ever. Then came community service. Then we got international new generations. That's how it came in. But then we know as people evolve as Rotarians, that networking's a hook, but notice it drops off. After 6 years, we talk about service to community and friendships, then 20 plus years maintaining friendships, seeing your friends every Friday morning, service to the world, working for world peace. So that's why we know what goes on. And I just put up this to remind people, we're 5 avenues of service, and they are co-equal. It's all comprises who we are. So, moving on to Frank here. We talk about Rotary clubs are really more than just many people think. We're a community organization. We provide social opportunities, poker parties, and stuff like that. So I wish I'd been in this club. I would have loved to have gone to the installation at this particular restaurant. Man. Oh well. Wrong place at the wrong time. We're a service club. We work for world peace, and we provide business and professional growth opportunities. That's a well-rounded organization. That's more than just going to work at Habitat for Humanity on Saturday morning, which if I wanted to do service, if this is a service organization, I can do that for free anyway. I can go to my church, I can work in the food pantry. But Rotary provides these opportunities and lifelong friends and things like that. So, tools you can use, and I'm going to turn it over to Frank in a minute. We talk about vocational service. I tell people, embrace vocational service, embrace networking, embrace leadership, get young members involved, new members involved especially, in committee chairmanships. It's a great way to learn leadership skills in a safe environment. If you get thrown in a leadership thing in business and you fail, you get fired. But in Rotary, you can bring along younger members, give them a place of responsibility in something that's of interest to them. And there's so many past presidents of the club, they're not going to screw it up. There's somebody else going to be looking over their shoulder. But it's a great way to learn leadership. Number 2, you guys do this great. I don't have to teach it to you. Club social events. Number 3 is a flexible and innovative schedule. Or other things. And as I mentioned, we have some of our clubs adopting, I know Claudia knows this, but some of our newer clubs are adopting an interesting schedule where they have 2 regular meetings a month. You come and they have programming this. Then they'll do a social meeting, happy hour type of thing or whatever, preferably at Hankey's. And then the fourth meeting a month, they actually do an on-site service project. So they may go to the park on Saturday morning. They may go to the food pantry, something like that. Bring the family. It's a family-friendly environment. So many more clubs are doing that. And finally, I'm going to turn it over to Frank now. One of the neatest new ideas that I heard was developed by Steve Sambo, who is the current president of the Upper Arlington Club, and he has really lit up his club with this whole concept of touch points. So Frank Dillenschneider is past president of the Hilliard Club, and he's really been one of our key players in the district on membership. So I'm going to turn him over to explaining what the heck is this thing about touch points, and is it like going to tear apart Rotary, its foundation, and things like that. So Frank, can you reassure them that it won't?